All right, what else is super important?
You guys want to tackle the big one?
I thought you would do it.
Pause.
Go ahead. Well, there was a big Twitter hubbub about
Hubbub. He pulled the white out.
Wait a minute.
The white came
Yo, he turned white in a heartbeat, yo. Why you so white?
I'm not tackling this.
Why?
Because.
But we didn't even ask your opinion on it.
You told me to tackle it.
No, we told you to introduce it.
Yeah, you jumped in.
There was a hubbub.
I don't even know what that is.
I ain't never heard that one before, dog.
Who started it? Academics? Came out with some court information regarding the Tory Lanez Meg Thee Stallion case.
Introduce it, don't ask me. Who knows how it started? I don't know.
Act came out with saying he saw some reports from the official court documents or something.
He got discovery, naturally.
Yeah.
But then saying that a DNA expert said that there was no DNA at all on the weapon.
Or it's inconclusive, I guess.
Something.
Yeah, I don't know.
But then they had released a report saying that wasn't true. So
all this shit is confusing to me, honestly. Yeah. I don't know what to believe anymore.
I mean,
I think everybody's lying.
I'm going to tell you what was hilarious to me, though. And this is my only take on this. So the person, I think her name was Nancy Dillon.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
She's a reporter for Rolling Stone, but she was in the courthouse.
Shout out to her.
So when Act said what he said, she said, that's not true. There was absolutely zero mention of DNA at all in the, there was zero mention of DNA at the Tory Lanez hearing today, right? And then came right back and said, okay, update. This is what they said. We're in the process of actually retaining an expert with respect to DNA. So I stopped there and just bust out laughing because that sounds like there is a mention of DNA.
Right.
When you just said, for a fact there was zero mention. So I'm just getting a laugh out of it. I don't care. Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers indeed. I don't know what to make of this shit anymore, bro.
April something is when it
put out
happens.
a video or something.
A lot went on this week.
It did.
All right, I'm up. Oh, this sucks ass. Wednesday, you're ready to come in here.
We're using all the white terms.
Yeah.
No, you took the cake.
I don't know what that shit is.
Hubbub, yeah.
That's why I tossed it to you, though, so we could get hubbub. What do you say about something when you've already said everything there is to say about it? Mm-hmm. And that's the challenge you run into as a podcaster. I think I've unpacked this already, and
it's just a waiting game.
Here we are. This is in court, people.
Yeah.
Pre-trial. Some of us know what pre-trial is. You get all the evidence, you see what's going on, you weigh your options, both sides, you move forward or you don't. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, I don't think there's a way for Tory's name to ever be exonerated. I've shared that already. Meg has her team of supporters and fans, as she should. And it's none of our jobs to call it. So, I mean, I don't have to come in here and they're going to call this. We're going to see this.
Right.
Mm-hmm. This is going to play out.
At some point. So we don't have to have this internet thing we do where we just like battle opinions. Hey, I feel like this, because we favor different people. Like, we don't have to get into...
And this kind of goes to the thought process of, I called it, or I said it first, or you know what I mean? Like,
I don't want to be right and be the first one to say something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to get into any of that. There's like a community of people that believe that Joe Budden and his checkered past is just against Meg, and I'm not. Like, I'm not against anybody. I don't have a horse in this race. It's just my job to come in here and talk
pun
about.
Intended.
Like, my take is...
Hey, that was pretty good, bro. Sometimes you're good.
Yeah.
It's lose-lose.
What do you mean?
Like, it's just lose-lose. For us as a community, as a people, it's lose-lose.
Yeah, there's no win
There's
here.
no win that's
Yeah,
going to come
facts.
from this. Like, let's just say hypothetically, on the far left side, he gets found guilty of whatever. Mm-hmm. We lose as a community, as a people.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I just think it's nothing good to ever come from this because we will never know what took place because both of their stories are contrastly different.
Right.
So we won't win. They won't even win. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Well, and that's what his tweet.
Situation.
He tweeted a day after all the mess that, the sad part is, like, we just lose. Like, you put a famous black woman and a famous black man against each other. Mm-hmm. He alluded to her not really knowing what happened, but she's been fed a story. He said it's not her fault, and this is where division comes from. It's kind of deep, but I mean, maybe it's a bad time to hear that from him because he's caught up in this. So some people feel like he still shouldn't be saying a word. And while that may be true,
That's hard.
when you see a little bit of light at the end of a tunnel and you've been quiet for 2 years with a gag order, and you see somebody else now, which would be Ack, kind of saying things for you, and you could kind of get around it and point to those things, hey, what he's saying is truth.
I can't lie. If I was accused of something and I didn't do it, hypothetically, if he didn't do it, I would be hard pressed to not come out and say, yo, I didn't do that shit.
Well, remember that
You would say that, but if I'm him,
one of the first things they attacked him on was, yo, if I didn't do that shit, I would just say that. And that's not how court goes.
They don't know court.
that's not how court goes.
A lot of these fans are just looking at the I need this right now.
Right.
I want this. They want this resolved yesterday.
No, they really wanted to go back and forth so they could have something to talk about.
Well, yeah,
to
probably.
be honest. But if I'm him at this juncture, I'm as quiet as a church mouse. Especially if I'm winning in court, I'm shutting up. I don't want to sway anybody. I don't want to come off as pompous. I don't want to come off as arrogant. I'm going to shut my fucking mouth. If I'm winning in court, I'm shutting up.
It's hard though, Ish.
You're right. He did it. He did it for 2 years.
He did it.
He
It's
can do
hard.
it.
And I don't want nobody saying I'm taking sides. I don't know what the hell happened.
Yo, you taking sides.
I don't know what happened, but I'm going by your example. If I'm him, all the shit I caught for the last 2 years, the way my career's been affected, all of this going on, it's hard to just sit here and continue to shut the fuck up.
Not now.
Right.
We're around third base. We're around third base potentially. And if I get exonerated, if it gets dismissed, I'm going to jump up on the table like Kobe Bryant and go crazy. But right now, I'm shutting the fuck up.
Well, since you bring up baseball, in baseball, they shun you for any celebration. They say it's Bush League. You can't stare at a home run. It's just certain things
Flip
that
the bat.
Yeah, you get certain. Now, in baseball, that might be tradition. New age people are saying, get that the fuck out of here. Like, that attracts people. So if you hit a home run, stare at it. Flaunt to the pitcher without getting a ball thrown at you 95 miles per hour. Hey, if you round in third and think you could do something fancy, go jazzy it in there. So that's what I say to that. I'm just saying the temptation, you'll have people that feel one way and then people that feel another way. Tory got music coming. He teased it. He said, yo, music coming. He's feeling excited about whatever is coming.
As well.
So now let's go to, we don't need to argue about should he talk or shouldn't he talk. It's a matter of opinion.
No, I agree.
He's feeling excited.
True.
Now that may not necessarily mean anything because Meg is sticking to her guns. She repeated, yo, you shot me.
But
It wasn't her. And this is the first time.
Yeah.
Like this is the first time like she's doubling down on that on the internet. It's no longer someone shot me. It's
you.
She didn't do it. I didn't do it. That leaves you. Yeah, but don't play this out in the court of public opinion and on the internet.
But this is my point. If this is the if you are winning in court, you don't even want to jab the bear. You don't want to poke. You get what I'm saying? Shut the fuck up because then this doesn't happen.
The unfortunate reality, though,
He jumped up there and said, "Yo, this is what you get for giving out good dick. You fuck two best friends, and of course you're gonna get some negative backlash." You get what I'm saying? Like, just be chill, my nigga. Be mature. Sit in the cut. Wait till your day in court is had. And hopefully, if you know you didn't do anything, your day will be had. Then you celebrate. Do the running man in the street naked.
I don't like this from you because we've given good dick and seen a wig out.
Absolutely.
Whenever I experience something
trial for my life, dog.
But it's not right, is all I'm saying.
And I agree.
This typically comes about unless the shit is, factual and just video. But I mean, these situations a lot of times come about because there's some emotional element,
Of course.
to it. So I mean, should he have said that? Again, I'm not arguing that he should or
That's what
shouldn't have.
I'm not saying he shouldn't.
I'm only talking about the temptation to want to share your side when you see a glimmer of hope.
Yeah.
And again, let me just hold on, Ish. Look, I'm not saying he should have shared it either, but she put up the text message thread of showing, yo, you apologize for this, and then quickly deleted.
That was disgusting.
To me, it looks like that statement was just trying to clear that up.
That
like,
was
yo,
nasty,
dogs,
yo.
I didn't apologize to you for that.
That one
I apologize
was,
for this.
That one was nasty, yo.
I'm not practicing something I'm not preaching something I don't practice. We all know personally, I'm shutting the fuck up,
yes.
right? All right, cool. What I'm saying is, and my potential consequence is nothing compared to what he is potentially looking at. Dog, I don't want to come off wrong, brash, harsh, nothing to a potential juror, to a potential DA.
Check this out.
I'm going to sit in the cut. I did it for 2 years. He could do it another 2 months.
Ish, you're a little older, a little more mature, a little wiser.
You're right.
That counts.
You're right.
You ain't playing with the money he's playing with, and had that money affected the way he has.
I agree.
True.
And you
So
did
again, it might be like, yo, I think I'm in the clear now.
we going in circles, but I'm just saying.
Well, let's advance it. There's mad other stuff to get to about this.
No, what I'm saying is this: I did it for 2 years. I could do it for 2 months. The end for me. I did it for 2 years. I could do it for 2 more months.
I understand again his position in the event that he is in fact innocent. I understand.
She put out the text and said, well, what were you apologizing for? And I thought that was really nasty because when I went through a situation and apologized, people were hitting me to say, hey, an apology in court is an admission of guilt. So when you play on that, it's telling. The text that she released didn't highlight why he was apologizing. It didn't say any of that. So now she's telling him why he apologized. I'm getting the facts of this case out of here, and now I'm inserting my own fucking brain. Stop, yo. Stop, yo. You can't tell me why I'm apologizing.
Indeed.
And I'll take it a step further than that. Only for Joe. I'm sure this will be taken wrong. But now you asking me to believe that a nigga shot you and then text you and said, my bad. Not saying it's impossible.
Could happen.
But that makes it even more strange. It's just strange. Like, look, I'm not letting my brain run wild with this. Discovery is discovery. And that's where the Ack fight comes in at. Ack misworded himself, but he was correct. Because inconclusive is a fancy way of saying, or
we ain't got nothing.
We can't decide. Yes, technically, academics was wrong in saying his DNA was not found on that weapon because that is not true. And when she responded to it, if you know how to read, she was responding in Sioux Surf language. See, I see a lot of that going on as you people get more acquainted with attorneys. It's a lot of Sioux Surf language. Threatening the lawsuit. Well, you did what? Go ahead and do it. I dare you, especially since this Cardi B Tasha K shit. Shade Room putting up shit, we do not condone. Blah, 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 blah. All people are weary out there. Niggas is gonna surf on some lawsuits. That's just the time and the climate that we're in. So she said, wait, how you know? Wait, what? Huh? How you know? How would you know? It's Suey language. Right? But totally aside from that, he was... The sentiment was correct. It was inconclusive. We don't have DNA on it. You don't have to have a horse in the race to think to yourself, it would be tough to prove something beyond a reasonable doubt if there's no gunshot residue, if there's no DNA on the clip, the bullet, the mechanism of this weapon. That's all. It's like you're watching Law and Order.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't get why people are just so... Everyone's just attacking everyone.
Yeah.
Nobody's thinking logically. It's all, I like this person.
Emotional, basically.
Yeah, it's all emotional.
Emotional.
And that's the part that I hate. That's why I just sit back and watch it. Like, you got fans of one person because they're a fan of this person. They don't care about the facts. They don't care. They don't know. We don't even know the facts.
And it's the social climate. Social climate is playing a big
sure.
part in this.
Well, that's what he said. One of his
The public climate.
delete.
Yeah, like the public climate is playing a big part in this.
So,
what part will public climate play after this is finished? See, and that's why I think because he got the glimmer of hope, he jumped the gun with the talking.
I think that
because he's talking to the people, win, lose, or draw, he's hung.
Win, lose, or draw, he's hurt. He ain't necessarily hung, but
he's hung by a certain demo.
True. But I think that all right. So in my opinion, like black women have been downtrodden so long, right? They've been getting their ass whipped so long that we have to have empathy immediately for them because they've been victimized so much.
Yeah.
So when you hear about anybody doing something to a black woman, of course you're gonna run to their aid until we gonna prove beyond a reasonable doubt that this didn't happen. And even if they did prove that, not saying that I don't know if he's innocent or guilty, but if they still do prove that, you still gonna have people that empathize with the black woman regardless of what took place. He gonna still get some backlash. So he gonna still proceed and go on with a career and make money and be able to feed himself again, but he's still gonna have a demo of people that are still gonna denounce him regardless of what takes place.
Especially if let's say this comes back in completely inconclusive and they don't go to trial and this don't fully play its way out, then if they don't hear a not guilty, he's guilty.
Even if they hear a not guilty based on
Insufficient
lack of prosecution or insufficient evidence to prosecute them fully, it's still not going to be enough.
Not enough.
Because we have to empathize with black women. And that's why I say where the social climate is today, because we've been so fucked up throughout hundreds of years, we still going to rock with the black woman regardless.
It's almost
where we are.
It's almost like if a black woman is involved, the person charged is guilty until proven innocent. It's the other way around. Like you have to treat them as
a black person in the United States is guilty until you prove your innocence.
No, but I'm saying like in this case,
in any
something
case
comes out.
But right.
It's like, oh, she accused you of this. You have to prove you didn't do it. Yeah. We're automatically
you got to damn near have a video footage saying, "Yo, I wasn't even there. I was in Wendy's." Yeah, you got to have that.
I don't have nothing else on it.
Me either.
Y'all unpack it.
Thoughts and prayers.
Just keep April 5th. That's the next date.
It's too close to the finish line. April 5th?
That's what they postponed it to.
Yes, they postponed to April 5th.
Might get postponed again, though.
Yeah. Nope. Leave it alone, Joe.
Let it go.
Leave it alone.
Let it go.
I'm chilling today.
Thank you.
Neutral button. Enough, Daddy.